Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Harry, and all of my friends who watch this video. Good afternoon. Good afternoon because right now I'm recording at 1 p.m. So in this occasion, I'm gonna do a presentation regarding my research proposal with the title "The Relationship Between English Language Education Learner Test Anxiety and Their Performance on TOEFL Test." So before we go to the proposal, let me introduce myself. My name is Inyoman Satya Surya Adidharma from class 4A. Alright, let's we move to the first section, the chapter 1. Alright, so in the chapter 1, will there some point that I will explain. The first is background of the study, and then second, limitation of the study, third, research question, fourth, objective of the study, and last is significance of the study. Alright, the first that we will talk is background of the study. Every course or subject has the learning goal that students need to fulfill in order to know how far student ability and are they are reach the goal. Usually some type of test is carried out as a measurement. To know the ability and English skill of EFL students around the world, some type of tests are applied such as TOEFL, TOEIC, IELTS, and many more. One of the most popular proficiency tests applied in the world and also in Indonesia was TOEFL test. TOEFL stands for Test of English as Foreign Language. That is the test to check the English proficiency of non-native speaker. In Ganesha University of Education, TOEFL is used as one of graduation requirement. The minimum score that university set for undergraduate level student of ELE department in TOEFL is 500. It means if students want to pass a TOEFL test, students need to prepare well for this test because this is determining whether they can graduate or not. Because of the reason, indirectly students are feeling under pressure that turn into test anxiety. Research also proved that even though with high or low level of test anxiety, students will still have problem in their performance when performing of test of academic skill, and one of the factor is test anxiety. Based on that problem, the researchers are interested to conduct research on the title "The Relationship Between English Language Education Learner, Test Anxiety, and Their Performance on TOEFL Test." Next, we move to the limitation of the study. So, based on the background formulated before, the researcher is focusing on finding the correlation or relationship between student test anxiety that ELE student in UNIXA feel and the relation with the student performance on TOEFL test. The reason limitation in the study is to make the study is focused to one objective and not to have too wide range. And then we move to the research question. So based on the limitation of the study formulated in the previous slide, the researcher formulate one research question. That is there any significant relationship between test anxiety level and their performance in TOEFL among English language education learner of UNDIXA? And then we move to the objective of the study. So based on the research question, the objective is to find out is there any significant relationship between test anxiety level and their performance in TOEFL among English language education learner of UNDIXA. Next, we move to the significance of the study. Okay, so here we have two significance. The first is theoretical significance and practical significance. The first, theoretical significance. Results of this study are expected can enrich empirical reference regarding relationship of student TOEFL anxiety and their performance on TOEFL test. In more specific context, this study is expected to be used as a reference for study which involve the student anxiety and their performance on TOEFL test. Second is the practical significance. The first is for student. The researcher expected this research able to give information to the student who will take the TOEFL test about their anxiety, which is actually their anxiety is normal, and hopefully the test taker are able to prepare the test better, such in mentally or physically. Point B for lecture. The researcher expects this research to be beneficial for lecture in order to make their lesson plan and design the material that can help student preparation for TOEFL since uh, early the student came to the university and tell the student earlier that TOEFL is a graduation requirement. Point C, the last is for other researcher. This is the researcher expected and hopefully to give advantage to other researcher by providing literature review as a relevant research for their study and can be a consideration to be used in their future research. Next, we move to the chapter 2. Alright, so in this chapter 2, we will talk about two things. That is the first theoretical review and empirical review. Alright, now we move to the theoretical review. The A point is TOEFL test. TOEFL stands for Test of English as a Foreign Language. It's a well-known English language test that is widely accepted and used around the world. It's staged by Warfield, Larrabee, and Geyer in 2013. So the purpose of TOEFL test is to check the proficiency level of English from the non-native speaker of English language. TOEFL scores are accepted in more than 9,000 universities and colleges in more than 100 countries in the world. TOEFL is developed by ETS. ETS stands for Education Testing System that are first administered the TOEFL test in 1964. So since it administered, there are several types of TOEFL tests. Those type of TOEFL tests is PBT, CBT, and IBT. The first is PBT, which mean paper-based test. Paper-based test is the first type of TOEFL test that are the test taker are using paper as the media. And then this type of TOEFL test is consists of three sections. That is listening, structure and written expression, and reading. Move to the second type of TOEFL test, that is CBT, computer-based test. That is use computer for the test. The test is on basis on the computer on the screen. Section in CBT is different with the PBT. In CBT consists of four sections, including listening section, structure section, reading section, and writing section. And then last for the IBT. IBT is mean internet-based test that first time administered in 2006. A section of IBT has actually same like CBT, but the structure section is changed with speaking section. So the section in IBT will include the first reading section, second listening section, third speaking section, and last is writing section. We move to the point B, anxiety. Anxiety is subjective experience of tension, nervousness, fear, and apprehension that is associated with the nervous system stimulation, stated by Spielberger in 2010. In the world of education or academic circumstances, anxiety is a common thing that every student and my teacher also feels. However, anxiety may attack every day because student and teacher are used to facing challenge in teaching learning process every day. Based on the symptoms, anxiety can be divided into three types based on the anxiety.uk in 2012. The first is physical anxiety. Physical anxiety include butterflies in the stomach, headaches, dizziness, high heartbeat, hands feeling cold, insomnia, and etc. Move to the second psychological anxiety. Psychological anxiety it's such like panic attack, frightened, feeling mad, and like want to run from the situation that right now faced by the test taker. And last is behavioral anxiety. This is related with the difficult to concentrate and the feeling to avoidant when people talking about the things that make them anxious. We move to the point C. This is Foreign Language Anxiety, FLA. According to McIntyre and Garner, 1994, state FLA as emotion of apprehension and tension that appears when the context of is related to second language or foreign language. Also can be appears when the situation when the situation people learning the second language or foreign language. In this case, it means students are feeling uncomfort conditions such as tension or pressure when the learners are told to use second language in some contexts such as speaking, reading, and etc. Foreign language anxiety or FLA are consists of three components, namely the first is communication apprehension, second is fear of negative evaluation, and last is test anxiety. This is stated by Horwitz et al. In 1986. And last is point D, test anxiety. According to Zaheri et al. 2012, state test anxiety is a physiological, cognitive, and emotional response triggered by students during an exam. This test anxiety could demotivate students and affect their attitudes toward the course. Test anxiety is giving big influence as the reason on student low academic achievement, lack of enthusiasm, and difficult to focus on the class. So test anxiety may cause mental blocking, which is related to the real situation where student may difficult to remember the answer throughout the examination. In general classification, the cause of anxiety subdivided into two variables, that is situational variable and learner variable. The situational variable includes such as course level, course organization, activities in the course, the behavior of the instructor, and attitude and learner social interaction. And otherwise, the learner variable is such as age, gender, ability, attitude, belief, culture, and personality, and also the mother language of the test taker or the learner. The reason of anxiety actually still debatable by researchers, and it may different depend on the individual. Then we move to the empirical review. So based on the literature study, the researcher found 7 similar or related study which is also talk about test anxiety in TOEFL and student performance on TOEFL test. The first is by Rahmadanti 2021, Alex et al. 2019, Ebadi and Kaksar 2014, Sunarti et al. 2019, Limandra 2013, Sadeghi et al. 2013, and Derjadi and Mino in 2010. Let's move to the chapter 3. Chapter 3 will talk about some points such as research design, and then second, research subject, third is variable and definition of rational, fourth is method and an instrument of data collection, five is method and technique of data analysis, and last is research schedule timeline. The first is research design. This study is use a quantitative research approach. The design used in this research is correlational research. That is one type of non-experimental research in quantitative research. In this case, the researcher is exploring the correlation between test anxiety level and student performance on TOEFL test. Person product moment coefficient correlation or Pearson are usually used to see the degree of relationship between variable. So in order to show the degree of relationship between variable, that Pearson product will be used. The correlation coefficient describe the power of value and direction of a relationship. This showed by number from 0 to 1, and the direction are divided into negative correlation and positive correlation. And then we move to the research subject. The subject of this research is 8th semester student from the ELE department, Faculty Language and Art of Ganesha University and Education, who have taken the TOEFL test at least once or more and Either they pass it or fail it. That is not the important point. The important point is they have taken the TOEFL test and they are have experience in there, so they can uh, fill the questionnaire based on their experience. Next is variable and definition of rational. A variable can be described as something that is identical and different in its case and has unique characteristics that can show different values or score based on the variable used. So in this research, the researcher used two variables. First is independent variable and second is dependent variable. Independent variable is the variable that acts as the influence of the dependent variable, positively or negatively. Independent variable also common called as stimulus variable or predictor. In this research, independent variable is symbolized by X and the independent variable as R student test anxiety level. And then dependent variable. Dependent variable is the variable that the value is depending on the other variable, where the value can be changed based on the other variable influence. In this case, dependent variable are symbolized with Y. Uh, in this research, the dependent variable is student performance on the TOEFL test. Next, we move to the point method and instrument of data collection. In this research, a questionnaire is used as an instrument for collecting data. Questionnaire of Test Anxiety Scale or TAS, adapted from Saracen 1975, will be used to measure the level of test anxiety from the respondent that consists of 37 statement items. Originally, the questionnaire only provided with 2-point scale and then suddenly changed into 5-point scale by Inami 2006. The 5-point scale is the first, the number 1, completely disagree, 2, disagree, 3rd, neutral, 4th, agree, and 5, completely agree. The reason why the questionnaire is changes into a 5-point scale is in order to easier to get the data that are normally distributed and to get the accuracy of response uh, based on the questionnaire, because the accuracy of response are increasing compared to using the 2-point scale. Next, we move to the method and technique of data analysis. So the correlational research type used in this research is bivariate correlation. So based on that, the researcher used person product moment coefficient correlation, Pearson's R, in order to analyze the data. There are several steps in the data analysis using Pearson product moment coefficient correlation. The first is descriptive statistical analysis. In descriptive statistical analysis, the researcher can get various types of data from the total number of samples, maximal score, minimum score, mean, standard deviation, and standard error. To check the descriptive statistical analysis can be done by using SPSS. Then second, we move to this. The second step are normality test. Normality test is used to test whether the correlation model and variable of the research are normally distributed or not. So the statistical test that can be used to check the normality test is Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. That also can be done using the help of SPSS. And then the third is linearity tests that are used to test whether the data that consists with two variables were linear or not. In this research, the linearity test can be done using analysis of variance ANOVA, this test of ANOVA with the help of SPSS. And then the fourth step is person product moment coefficient correlation. In finding the correlation between two variables in this research, that is independent variable and dependent variable, whether the relationship strength or weak or negative or positive, person product moment coefficient correlation is used. And that can be done also using SPSS. And then we move to the last step is hypothesis testing. So in this research, there are two hypotheses formulated, that is null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis means there's no differences between the parameter and statistic, and whereas the alternative hypothesis means there's differences between the parameter and statistic. So the hypothesis formulated for this research the uh, null hypothesis uh, is there any significant relationship between the student test anxiety level and their performance on TOEFL test among ELA student of Undixa. And the alternative hypothesis is there is no significant relationship between the student test anxiety level and their performance on TOEFL test among ELE student of Undixa. Okay, the last is research schedule timeline. So as we can see in the picture, this is the research schedule timeline for my research. That is start from March to the December. There's some point here. The number 2, 4, 6, and 8 is mean the week because we are using 2 months here. So for example, number 2 and 4 mean the weeks 2 and weeks 4 in the March, and in the April for number 6 and 8 mean the weeks 2 in the April and weeks 4 in the April. So we use take the weeks 2 and 4 for each month. It's start from March, April, May, June, and so on. The first is start at March, the topic submission, and then we move to the literature study that down in March until April. And then also in the beginning of the April, the researcher is start doing a proposal preparation from the chapter 1 until chapter 3. It's down from the April until the beginning weeks of the June. And then also for the researcher doing a permit management in the May and June. And then proposal submission in the beginning of June. The proposal submission is at 8 June 2022. And then proposal seminar in the uh, last of June, and then data collection down in July to August, and then data analysis and interpretation is start from the uh, last week of August until the October, and then thesis preparation from the uh, middle of September until the middle of December. And then the last is thesis submission in the December, in the last week of December. Alright, so that's all about my research proposal presentation. Thank you for your attention, and I'm sorry if there are any mistake or mispronunciation or misspelling word. Thank you, and if you have any question, you can find me at satya.surya@undixa.ac.id. You also can give me a critic or give me a suggestion for my research proposal. So thank you. Bye bye.